Yeah, man, I was real smart. You know, I'm a nerd at heart, for real, for real. But what had happened is, once I got in the streets, I had to become a beast. You know what I'm saying? And it was all about the hustle then. But sometimes I found myself just loving a strong arm and show a little muscle. And once I found the clock was ticking, I knew the Glock was sticking.
Make up your mind. The world is now feeling the heat from the flames that has kept burning since the beginning of civilization. You represent that flame. You and I are just a small part of God's plan.
Let it drip like let it drip like dirty. Let it drip like.
Woke up feeling very good. Everything cherry wood. I ain't supposed to be here. They don't understand me. Hood God good. God is dope. Love all above, feeling like the old yeah. Jesus walking in the club. Asking God to fill me up, dripping out the cup. He brought me out the mud, now I'm all the way up. All this winning got me feeling like I'm Terrence Crawford. Even praying for my haters, so we unbothered. Mustard seed grain, stepping on my A game. I'm a king, Belichick, championship rings. I used to dream, had it all planned out for me.
What it do, what it do? It's your boy Marky Lil, man. Y'all live on the 108 Praise radio station, man, with them royalty boys, man. This is the Aspiring Artist Showcase, man. We got an awesome guest in here with us, man. Goes by the name of Joe's nephew, man. He gonna get into it and let y'all know what that mean, man. It's got a little deep background to it, but we're gonna jump right on to it, man. Y'all already know I'm that boy Marky Lil.
Yes, sir. And I'm that boy Stony Hill. And Ghana, you know we love him.
Yeah, we love him.
And I'm
He
your
gonna be
boy
here
Joe's nephew.
Yeah, unfortunately, man, that traffic is serious out there, man. I don't care where you're coming from, man. It's a little backup out there, man. It took us a minute too. We supposed to be here about 5:30, man, but the extra hour hit us, man. It was ugly. But Joe's nephew, man, let the people know who is Joe's nephew.
Yeah, so Joe's nephew, that's me. That's your boy. My name Isaac Givens, a.k.a. Joe's nephew.
Okay.
Name started, my uncle passed in 2008. And before that, I was going by Dirty Red. It's a lot of Dirty Red, so I thought, do something unique and different, and dedicate my rap career to my uncle, who rest in peace, Uncle Joe.
Okay.
So from there, I just went with that Joe's nephew.
Okay, man. It sounds like y'all had a great relationship, man.
Definitely.
Yeah, sorry to hear about that situation, man.
For sure.
But straight into it, man. Awesome interview we're gonna have today, man, and we're glad that you made it on time, man. I've been seeing you moving around and you've been supportive, very supportive, man. Been seeing you popping up everywhere, doing your thing, man. And you dropped the video today, didn't you?
Yes, sir. Video
Oh,
just dropped.
okay.
Sauce dripping. Y'all go check that out. It'll be by Thursday. It'll be on all the streaming services: Spotify, Amazon, iTunes, etc. Y'all go check that out. But right now it's on YouTube. Joe's nephew featuring T Royal. Royal, I see you, baby. Sauce dripping.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
True.
Sauce dripping.
Sauce dripping.
Yes.
Sauce dripping. Tell me a little bit about that sauce dripping because, right now I'm hearing a lot of that sauce right now.
Yeah.
It's always something to me, though. It's swag, then we got sauce.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about that sauce dripping.
Okay, so I'm just speaking the people language, as
Right,
being
true.
an artist and sharing the gospel through my music, being saved and a man of God. I want to talk the talk, and the talk is sauce, and I feel like it's almost like my ministry dripping. That's my sauce is dripping as I'm sharing my life, my testimonies with the people. That sauce is dripping, and that's straight like that.
Truly. So, growing up, I know that you had a little gang activity.
Yeah.
And then I heard you just say now you want to speak the lingo.
Right.
All right, so the kids, we got to get to them.
Exactly.
Especially right now, because if we don't talk to the children, ain't no telling what's going to happen in the future.
Exactly.
I'm not worried. God going to take care of it.
Amen.
Absolutely.
But no, seriously, I've worked with a lot of kids, honestly, and that gang activity is something strong. I just noticed that they just want to be a part of them gangs, and me growing up differently, maybe I just don't understand it.
Okay.
Maybe I don't understand it. So can you give a little bit of encouragement to some of the youth out there how to get out, or maybe not even join, or what have you, things like that.
Definitely. So, I understand all those young boys. I was that young boy, 14, 15, lost, So joining the streets, looking for that, you know, for that protection, for that shield. And at the end of the day, all them young boys need is love. You know, again, I was there, I can relate. As we know, you learn the word of God, love conquers all.
True.
So, you know, and it's easier said than done. It's hard to tell a young boy, hey man, you know, you need to get out the streets.
Right.
But it starts in the home. So as fathers, as men, you know, a lot of my music and a lot of what I do, I be trying to really build up men because it start with us.
Okay.
You know, if we in the home, we setting the foundation and we pouring into our sons, loving on them, not just tough love. Because a lot of times men think, oh, you got to, you know, toughen up, little dude, things like that, which is all good. But at the same time, everybody needs to be loved on, you know. So it just starts with loving on the young boys. And because we can never say they too far out there and they can't be saved.
Right.
But I know how it is. I was way out there. So I'm trying to lead by example and show them, okay, to have God in your life, you don't gotta be square. You can still be cool. So when you see me doing things like sauce dripping and being myself, I'm me. I'm not gonna square up because I can't be square. So you know, I try to lead by example and show the youth. Look at me. Look at your boy tatted up, straight from the streets. Accepted God in my life, doing the right thing. You can do it. And it ain't about trying to fit in with what other cats doing. Sometimes we have to learn the hard way, you know, bump our heads. But if, you know, it's possible, it's doable, look at me. God turned a mess to a message.
Amen.
You know what
Amen.
Like it seemed like we just heard that.
Yeah.
In Greenville. You remember the guy said something about the same thing. He said he used to be a mess, but now he's a messenger. He had a song. He had him cropped up. Yeah.
Now I'm a
He had him
messenger.
cropped up. That's all.
That's my aim, man. That's my aim, just leading by example. So even with the video,
Yeah.
I wanted to take it back home so I could show people it's real, show them my neighborhood. Got, you know, a lot of my boys out there, family out there, and show them that, you know, we really come from that. But again, we promote God and just positivity and good energy.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, man. Let's get into these meat and potatoes, man.
Sure.
All right. Get into these meat and potatoes, man, because I see a lot of things going on these days, man, as we are Christians, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And we go forth as Christians, right? We out here, we putting out the word and we talking about the Lord. But there's this new thing happening, all right, to where people are saying, don't put the gospel label on me.
Right.
All right, don't put this Christian label on me. And what it's doing is putting me in a box.
Yeah.
All right, so my mindset when I first started out, this, you know, about 15, 20 years ago, when I started doing this, I ain't never had that mindset. But now I'm seeing a new wave.
Right.
To where now people are feeling like they're being put in a box when you put Christian or gospel, and they saying this label, don't throw this label on me. All right, and I felt you had the same particular mindset, so therefore I wanted to talk to you about that, to help us understand, help our viewers understand. What is it putting you in the box? What does that mean when this label puts you in a box?
Okay, so, and I had this conversation with my boy before I, you know, kind of made things official. I was asking him, you think should I go with gospel artist or just call myself an artist or this or that? Because my thing is, and to sum it all up and simplify it, my main audience, none against nobody else, but my main audience is the streets.
Okay.
So somebody from the streets, they ain't gonna go in your record store and buy a gospel record.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
They're not
true.
gonna
That's
go
true.
walk in the store and say, hey, I want to grab this gospel CD.
Right.
So that's just a method to my madness, should you say, or that's just my marketing. And I'm kind of fortunate at this time of season that I did, you know, being saved and coming in as an artist, that you know, where I'm at in my headspace, I got the mentality of, again, I want to grab the street. So the knowledge I have is not to call myself a gospel artist.
Okay.
And that's, you know, I don't want to be put in that box. I'm an artist, you know. So why should I say I don't make just gospel music. I'm making good music. I'm a man of God making good music, but my audience is the streets. So in order to get those cats from the streets, they're not, like I say, they're not going online and say, oh, I want to hear that new gospel record. No. So it's all part of strategizing. My personal opinion, it's a strategy.
All right, so strategy.
Yeah, God knows my heart. I'm all for God, believing in Jesus. I'm all for that. But it's a strategy to, you know, to win souls.
Being wise as a serpent.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I got you. I totally understand that concept. But one thing is for sure. Now, everybody that I've seen been using this concept of, hey, I'm not a Christian or a Christian rapper, whatever case, how they want to put it.
Yeah.
They come with this little persona, right? Now, when they say, hey, don't put that label on me, they normally have something that follow them, right? Now, it seemed to me like it'd be a cover-up. Not saying that's what you know, strategy, marketing. Yeah. But it seems like this is some kind of cover-up. Because you catch these particular people, they in the club, they drinking, they smoking, and they going forth and they trying to tell people the good news, but the way they doing it is hypocritical, right? So what they doing is they trying to straddle the fence in a way to where it's like, I didn't necessarily dedicate myself or commit myself to God or to the Lord or whatever case may be. So you can't necessarily say I'm the gospel artist or the gospel rapper because they feel like something comes with that. Say, okay, well, I got to do certain things. I got to walk these certain guidelines. There's these particular limitations or whatever the case may be. So I've been seeing, they go into the club. I've even seen, Don't Call Me a Gospel Artist. They've been on the stage with strippers doing music, and they preachers.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
And this is on the social media, and they out here with it. They come up to the show and they drinking and they smoking. They got weed in their pocket.
Yeah. Wow.
All right,
Yeah,
they
that's
at the
totally
hookah
different.
clubs.
Yeah, that's totally different.
All right, so that's why I have a problem with it, and I have to address it to let people know Joe's nephew's side of the story, because it's not necessarily that everybody that say this is that particular way.
Right.
But there are people that saying, don't put that label on me. And then when you look at them, they carrying the gospel in a hypocritical way.
No, I agree with you 100%. And people who doing that, I ain't here to judge nobody.
Okay.
But I definitely get what you're saying. And
Okay.
like we know, the word of God is judge. Watch the fruit. Watch the tree.
Absolutely.
Watch the fruit that I bear.
Absolutely.
And things like that. But no, that don't line up. So that's not.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not.
Well, we just
according-
gotta know you.
Yeah, that
you
ain't
know what I
lining
mean?
up. So yeah, what again, mine is just to strategize so I can gather a certain audience.
Okay.
And not steer them away by putting that certain, putting me in that certain genre and saying this is what I do.
And they start looking down on you before they get to
but
what you're saying.
again, so I can't say though, even because you got religious folks and you got real believers. You
do. You definitely do.
Yeah, and I don't believe in the religious ways of saying, hey, you can't come to church if your hair, if you got to cut your hair to come to church, things
That's
like
right.
that.
That's right.
I don't do none of the religious things. I got my personal, intimate relationship with God. I'm a believer. No, I won't let nobody condemn me or none of that. But I do believe that my lifestyle demonstrates that.
Okay.
Will you see me in the hoods, or will you catch me in a club or something? Yes, you absolutely.
But
I'm
you there for a reason.
And I'm staying within. I'm not doing nothing that's convicting me. And if so, the Spirit. is
So
gonna
I'm all right with that. I co-sign that.
And let me just add this, because the church that I go to, Oasis, shout out to Pastor
Yeah, we
Murray,
know about Oasis,
Roger
yeah.
Murray.
Wonderful.
They had a mixer, they had an event mixer, networking mixer
Okay.
at Sweet Lounge, and it was on like a Tuesday in the evening time. And that's why I rock with them, because they doing stuff to touch people in the streets and they in modern day stuff, not on no old school religious. You can't do yay or nay, So like that, you would have people judge them and say, well, how they at Sweet Lounge and they a pastor, but they was in there doing God's work. They had a nice
But
setup.
they there
It
for
was-
that purpose.
Right, definitely.
That's
So
all
it's
that
all about
matters.
purpose. And
Long
I'm,
as you there for that purpose.
And I'm
not,
very
not this
intentional.
inner flesh you got. You trying to
definitely.
get off.
Yeah, definitely. But I feel you. When people doing that, it is, and that's something they got to answer to God about.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm real intentional. Everything I do is intentional. When I go to my neighborhood and you see all these, OG gang members or whatever out there, when I'm going to even my mans in KP in them neighborhood, I love to be out in the streets. That's my audience. Just like Jesus, he ran out there with disciples and all that in the streets. So again, I don't want to get all religious, because I don't really know the depth of it.
Yeah.
But when I hear people, a lot of church people want to stay in church and help people in the church, the streets need the help.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
But some
that's
folks
why
in the church
I
needs some
allow-
help too.
No question.
No, we can't
Yeah,
no
no question.
question.
I'm just saying, yeah, they the
Some folks in the
most.
church needs some help too now.
Yeah, they the most judgmental people.
Yeah. Some of them judgmental.
Right.
Well, I just wanted to say right now, congratulations, Carl. I'm so happy to see you here, my brother.
Hey, man. Yeah, what's
up,
going
bro?
on?
How you doing,
nephew,
bro?
Man? Good.
Appreciate it.
bro.
Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
that traffic loose him.
Fellas,
Traffic
hey,
was
hey,
crazy.
Loose
yeah,
him.
Atlanta, man. We made it. Here we are.
Yeah.
It's moving. I'm getting in the flow with it,
Yeah, I
man.
thought that Club Christ had them got you.
Shake them off.
Yeah.
Just saying, it's a little different when you don't have all three.
Yeah.
Need the father son in it. No, I ain't comparing it. We ain't comparing it that. It ain't nothing like that. But no, man. No, continuing on, man. We're in the studio right now with old Joe's nephew, man. It's a great show, the Inspiring Artist Showcase, man. Hey, call in. We want to hear from you. The number is 770-988-6461. Call in, chat with Joe's nephew, chat with us, man. We got a great show going on right now.
Absolutely.
But I want to get into, I was reading the bio a little bit, and the last little line I read on that bio, it did something to me, because I read something about success. And people talk about success in many different ways. You can call success, some people say the money, cars, and the clothes, and you know the rest is success. But, you know, me personally, I feel that I'm successful. Yeah. I'm out here trying to get kids, you know, focused on Christ and living the right life.
Definitely.
I'm not doing anything crazy. So my question to you is, what is success for you? And not only with that, as an artist, at what point or what is it that would for you mean that you have made it?
So I agree with you, man. I've made it right now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And as a believer and as a man of God, I made it because I made it. I overcame my obstacles, adversity in the streets where I'm from, and I'm living to share my testimony and giving back. And I know God gonna take care of me for that. So it ain't even about money. I'm gonna be all right. But yeah, success isn't based on the money, you know, and that's just from wisdom and us from growing and knowing that. It's not because people with money they're suicidal. You know what I'm saying? They got they got a lot of problems because they more money, more problems. So I could just say I'm successful because I'm at a place of peace. You know, through God, I'm at peace. Yeah. You know, getting up, going to work every day. My family good and good health. I'm doing what I like to do. You know, through my music is my ministry. That's my sauce. Sauce is dripping. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
So I feel successful, but I'm good. I ain't got all the money in the world, but God blessed me with a good enough job to take care of my family, my kids. You know, I got homies that's in jail right now. Yeah. I shook all that, beat all that. Okay. I'm living right, ain't selling nothing illegal. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. This is success.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
Praise God. And I think sometimes folks need to know that.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, success isn't necessarily around how much money you have.
Absolutely.
It can be successful in other ways. Now, growing up, I know you was listening to your music. Your mom was playing a lot of old school joints. You playing the trumpet, you know. Yeah. So you've been in music, you've been around music your whole life. Right. So who are some artists that you might compare yourself to? And then who is someone that you wouldn't mind working with, maybe?
I can't really compare myself to
no
one.
Because I was hoping, because I don't like to compare myself to no one
I really
either.
can't compare myself. I mean, I was inspired.
Michael Jackson.
Right.
Hey. Michael Jackson was the greatest performer ever.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Usher.
But yeah, I can't.
Go ahead.
But yeah, I can't really compare myself to anyone. I grew up, you know, listening to in the Midwest. We grew up. It's diverse, so we grew up listening to like Twista, 8-Ball, MJG, UGK, Master P. Okay. You know, the West Coast cast, Cube and them, Brother Lynch, Sebo. Okay. You know, we grew up in that real '90s hood stuff. You know, so we was on that. And in Omaha, we had a lot of that LA stuff came out there. So we was all on that type of flow with Lil J and Biggie and them, but we really went on a whole lot of New York. So in the Midwest, we influenced by put it all in a pot, you know, wrap it up. Yeah. But who I would like to work with, you know, like I like Lecrae. Who else out there? Lecrae. I mean, not even just not just gospel artists. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm a fan of the music, but of course, if I work with an artist that you know, I would expect them to respect, you know, what I'm on and be, you know, keep it clean. Yeah. But you know, from the gospel perspective, you know, you got Lecrae. I would even like to do someone like a Tasha Cobbs or something. Okay. Have her on my hook. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's a lot of them out there. I'm just influenced by. I like all kind of music, man. Okay. I don't discriminate.
Okay. Awesome.
So it's safe to say soulful rap.
Yep. MJG, 8-Ball and them.
Yeah. You know? I saw your interview on YouTube about Tasha Cobbs. It was like you were adamant about hey, you know what? You know, I ain't really too inspired by many gospel artists. Tasha Cobbs though.
And at that time I had really plugged in and tapped into them. Right now I can't think of them, but no, I be listening to a lot of different artist. But you know, I'm into like you said, I came up soulful. My mom playing, you know, that type of music. So I like Travis Green, Tasha, you know, Erica Campbell. I like what Erica really be doing. Oh, yeah. You know how, cause she taking today's modern music and flipping like you don't love God and stuff like that.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah. And that's what I'm trying to figure out. You know, early on I was figuring out, okay, how I'm gonna talk my talk and talk it in the you know, and get believers to, you know, and God one day it started to come to me and said, okay, I got it now. Okay, I could still do me, but I'm just adding the gospel in there here and there and uplifting God. But I'm not gonna be too all, you know, one way and call myself this and that because I don't wanna, you know, I don't want the streets not to rock with me. And not saying I'm worried about it because I'm me. So I believe myself is just that and they gonna pick that up.
You're trying to find your balance.
You're trying to find a balance. There you go, bro.
And I hear your heart too with more of the intent because it's like you don't want to lose, I guess, the connection with them because you feel like you got somewhere you can take them. Leading them to what brought you in. And pretty much.
I feel like that's my ministry. I really feel secure with that. You know, like even when I'm at the church and we go out to like go down there to feed the homeless or little events they do. I like being in the streets. You know, that's how I grew up. So, you know, and again, I ain't even I'm not a part of the church yet. I just go, you know, here and there, but I got my personal relationship with God and I just allow him to, you know, like you say, trying to keep the balance, allow him to use me. And I know I got a certain platform. So I utilize that platform and try to, especially back home where I'm from, you know, they really know and can identify. So for my homies to see like, dang, bro, really doing good. You know what I'm saying? He working, got a wife, you know what I'm saying? A lot of my homies ain't even married, you know?
They're going to get the credit to the Lord.
So I done broke a lot of generational curses already, getting married, getting saved, buying a house, you know, and I don't never do none of bragging. It was an overflow, and it's a lot, you know, but God done took me, like I say, he brought me out the mud, so it's only right that I share my story and give back.
Okay.
Let them know where y'all came from. Hey, man, we're here with Joe's nephew, and how you got the name was interesting to me, man, and it sounds to me that your uncle had like a major influence on your life.
Yes, sir.
You want to express a little bit about that?
Well, he was cause my dad was in Little Rock, so my dad you know, my dad hands down was a good guy. He did the best he could do from long distance. Which right now I'm going. Matter of fact, happy birthday! My daughter's birthday today, Ayana. Happy birthday, baby.
Okay, happy birthday.
So thank you. So I'm doing. Right, that's how life repeat itself, right? I'm going through the long distance relationship with my daughter. So I do the best I can, you know, calling and staying in her life long distance. Right. Okay. So back to what I was saying, my dad did the best he could from afar, but my Uncle Joe back in Omaha, he was like the only man that we had. And he came from Little Rock like an ex-gangster. He got kicked out of what was the name of the projects in Little Rock, Arkansas? Granny Mountain. Okay. So he was really about that life in the like 70s and 60s, 70s, whatever. So, but him being the only man that kind of, you know, that we had to, and not saying he was the best role model because he was an OG gangster. So he was drinking all, but you know, he was the only man that had some type of influence.
Yeah, that was some qualities.
That was my older uncle. Yeah, so rest in peace to him, Uncle Joe. And I, what better way than to dedicate something you're gonna do to? I always try to do that. Like when I come up with clothing lines, when I be thinking of clothing lines, talking to my mans or whatever, I'm always trying to come back to like one of my homies that's resting in peace, try to help people live their name, live on, and things like that. So I try to go that way a lot.
Yeah, and then speaking about the clothing line, man, like was Discipline Athletics?
Right, yeah. So Discipline Athletics, www.disciplineathletics.com. Me and my mans in Kansas City. Shout out my boy T Greasy, Lucky Green Digital, same dude that did my video. Okay.
Jump back into a little bit about how that came to be, but right now we're going to take a break.
Okay.
And what better time to go ahead and segue into some of this music, man? Let's people hear what God poured into you, man, and what your experiences are poured into you
dripping.
As well.
Yeah, so again, Sauce Dripping, new video just dropped. It'll be live Thursday on all your streaming services, Spotify, iTunes, Amazon. Check me out, Joe's nephew.
Oh, yeah.
He had something different for me, brand new inventory. I'm certified where I'm from, that's confirmatory. A whole lot of sacrifices with this priority. I just tell it like it is, so we get the glory. If you ever knew I'm about my territory. If you knew what I've been through, you know I ain't supposed to be here. So the bros pull up, let's celebrate the drip. Then I knew it got real when her hand hit her hip like,
you can't do it like this. Wipe it down, whole lot of sauce dripping. Who got that 157? that I've been through, you probably wouldn't believe it. Overcame a lot of obstacles, you probably say I cheated. Used to be about the beat, now I think I went vegan. Sitting talking to the deacon about the blessings I'm receiving. Reaching out to my people, this world is so evil. Leaving the past behind and no longer I'm sleeping. Up just like a thief in the night, I took control of my life. No more living by the roll of the dice. Haters tried dimming my lights, I lost my sight. When Slope died, I cried and smoked for 40 nights. Thought it was all a dream till they showed the crime scene. Never felt this vulnerable, the streets took my everything. Coming harder than before, God must have wanted more. Now I'm on tour, dripping sauce on them 24. Got my purple heart for conquering the gang war. Body still sore from all the scars I endured.
If you knew what I've been through, you know I ain't supposed to be here. Told the bros pull up, let's celebrate the drip. Then I knew it got real when her hand hit her hip like
you can't do it like this.
Sauce dripping. Who got a
Wipe it down, whole lot of
sauce dripping. Who got a
got that Heinz 57.
Sauce dripping. Who got a
More fresher than a rubber.
Sauce dripping. Who got a napkin?
Brother, help me. Help me. Help me to do what is right. Help me to build up a population of great thinkers. People who create change through thoughtfulness and spirituality. Will you choose the truth? Will you choose the light over darkness? It's time, man. It's time.
Cultivate, motivate, watch I demonstrate, let it resonate, no debate, only one name, we all down with G.O.D. in the Nerd Gang. Good, God is dope, God is love, all above, feeling like Peter Fish and hope I catch a young thug. Put him on with my plug, show him with that real love, look like, feel like, get out your feelings. His word promises abundance, that word appealing. You trying generation wealth like a cool million. Somebody get your boy a nap because the sauce dripping. Courtside with the best on my Scottie Pippen. This little light of my blingin'. I ignite, plays them in and out of season. Diamond shining on me, kingdom. A lot of plays went left, used to win. If you knew what I've been through, you know I ain't supposed to be here. Told the bros pull up, let's celebrate the drip. Then I knew it got real when her hand hit her hip like
you can't do it like this.
Sauce dripping. Who got a
Wipe it
napkin?
down, whole lot of
Sauce dripping. Who got a
got that
napkin?
Heinz 57.
Sauce dripping. Who got a
More
napkin?
fresher than a rubber.
Sauce dripping. Who got a napkin?
Yeah, man, I was real smart. You know, I'm a nerd at heart.
Hey man, as y'all can see, that sauce was dripping on that song right there.
Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate it.
Had that little balance going on, man.
Not on the camera.
Oh, fuck. Hey, but continue on where we left off, man. You know, you clean. I can't even lie. You ain't here now.
Appreciate it.
I know my man Kai. You know, he be on that clean tip too.
Yeah.
I gotta work on my wardrobe. I wish somebody would help me out. I need to work on my wardrobe. No, but speaking of it, man, where can they go get some of this athletic gear? You know, is it just athletic? Because I know you got the athletics on it.
Yeah, so that's www.disciplineathletics.com. So it's online right now. You have to order online.
Awesome. Cool. And then why the name Discipline Athletics?
So discipline, discipline is a strong word. You know what I mean? Us being believers, we know that. You know what I mean? Right. Discipline is a powerful word, and discipline kind of sums up everything. When you discipline, let me state a discipline. Yeah, when you discipline, you covering. Discipline is going, wisdom, helps you. You discipline through wisdom. Mm-hmm. Discipline, endurance, on an everyday. Okay. So discipline is just a broad word that we decided to go with. And for athletics, that's just to target that type of, to target athletes more so. Okay. Yeah.
I actually like that a lot. That name is pretty powerful. Discipline Athletics.
Appreciate it.
You ain't gonna have too much without discipline.
Exactly. There you go. Yeah, that sum it all up for everything. Being a believer, take discipline.
You feel
what everyday walk. Being a athlete, a basketball player, football, a mom, a dad. Yeah. Dealing with kids, got to be disciplined. So yeah, that's a nice broad word we decided to go with. Mm-hmm.
Hey man, so we're gonna keep it moving, bro. Hey man, that sauce dripping.
I do want to talk about
that's
this.
so
though.
driven. Go
I do
ahead,
want to
man.
talk
Get
about
it in,
this.
man. Get
I
it
know the
in.
name being Isaac, right? The name being Isaac.
That's
Yeah.
it,
You got a project coming soon. The Book of Isaac.
Book of Isaac, right.
What can we expect with that?
Yeah, so you're gonna expect more just kind of like the sauce dripping, bro. Heartfelt songs, you know, my whole the Book of Isaac is all testimony, bro. It's one record I got on there that's real dear to me. It's called 80-20. And it's talking about 80, you know, like in a relationship with females, the 80-20. And I'm relating, it's based on a true story, a situation I went through with my son, mom. You know, so I was inspired by that situation. And also,
You ain't putting it out there, though, is you?
no, I'm just sharing my testimony.
Okay.
So with that, with testimony, sometimes people do get exposed.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But it ain't no, you know, the bitterness in me is all I've asked God to help me get over that, you
Okay,
know.
yeah.
But you know how the child support and all that stuff.
Yeah,
When you a
man.
good father, you don't deserve all that.
That's true.
You know, but I ain't gonna get on. We know that's a whole nother conversation.
Another little trial. It's a little trial.
Right. And I ain't gonna get into all of that. But I was inspired 20 that and talking about how with God, you know, the 80, and that ain't even the number, but God give us one. He give us His all, and we ain't even giving Him 20. You know what I'm saying?
He only asked for 10.
Yeah, right.
10%. I mean, give him 10.
Right. So, and on one of my bars, I said something like 100%, and we don't know 40. Look at me, I could have been like Chillis or Bori. So I'm speaking to one about some cats back home that one of them is. So one of them cats and people know back home, Chillis he passed away. He's dead. He got killed. And Bori, he's locked up. You know what I mean? So bars like that, and these cats I grew up with from kids, and they know. So people back home would be like, ah, that's dope. You know.
Yeah, touch home.
Yeah, and I always try to keep it to home. That's where my heart is. You know, my heart is in the streets. It's to the home. Yeah. And I feel like I'm a disciple. You know, like a
You
Paul,
are a
got
disciple.
that boldness of Paul.
Yeah,
you know
you
what
are
I'm
a
saying?
disciple,
right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In the trenches.
Exactly, man.
That's how it is, man.
So,
Yeah.
and now I know with me coming in late, and if we've already touched on it, then we can just move right on along. But going back into like that moment, like when you just knew that God's hand was on you to be able to like make that change and that transition. Like, you want to talk a little bit about what that entailed, and I guess some of the specifics, details that you're willing to share about.
Definitely. I'm glad you brought that one up because that's what it's all about, right? Where did the transition? How did it start?
Right.
So just missing a bullet, man. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't talking about a physical bullet. I'm talking about things in life. You know, when after me and my son mom broke up, in my heart I really was tired of doing, you know, another baby mom. You know what I'm saying? I'm like 33, 34 at the time. Yeah. So I believe God just knew my heart. I desired, like, Lord, I don't want to, you know, I did my all to try to save that situation, but it was too late. You know, she was mentally blocked out, you know what I mean? So she didn't want to be with me, which was, I had to accept that and move on. Okay. After I moved on and I started getting my son by myself, you know, and then she wasn't around, that really helped me man up, because I'm like, dang, I can't be out Friday night late drinking and all that. I gotta wake up Saturday morning, see to my little 3-4-year-old. Right, yeah. I can't be hung over doing that. So that was part of it, growing up, and you know, me just having my son and me and her split up. That was part of it. I had to man up with him, and then him watching me do certain things. I said, I can't be doing this, man. What if I get caught up or something? I got my little boy in the back. You know what I mean? So I was telling my boy the other day, you know how people say they love. How can you really say you love yourself when you leave the house every day and you taking a penitentiary chance? One of my homeboy Didymus, shout out to Didymus, he told me at one time, Dirty, you can't love nobody until you love yourself. And that always stuck with me, and it resonated later. And again, it's to all the D-boys and cats who had that conscience. They know every time I don't care if you leaving the house with an ounce, you know, you take, especially in Georgia, you can go back where I'm at, you can get a ticket for that.
Yeah.
But out here, every time you leave the house, you know, if you how you love yourself or love your kids, and every time you leave, you taking a penitentiary chance. So, you know, not to disrespect nobody, people, but I'm saying in my heart, I knew I got my son in the back. He watching me do plays or whatever, and I'm like, okay, Lord, this ain't right. You know what I'm saying? I gotta. So you bless me with a good job. I need to be grateful, as long as I'm out here. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gotta have all the money in the world, but as long as I'm out here. So that was in my heart.
Yeah.
Along with along with my baby mom situation, and all that, and I just start kind of praying. You know, I was hurt because I broke up another family. Okay, here I am, baby mama number 2, going through this. I don't want to be going through this. So through prayer and watching Joel Osteen on Sunday morning and saying, hey, if you want to get saved, say this. And that was where my heart was. And like I tell my bros, like, bro, how many times we going to go around and around and trying to do it our way? I saw my way wasn't working. I just decided to say, okay, Lord, I'm going to try it your way. Okay. And on top of that, not to talk and keep going, but on top of that, he presented me with a woman of God, who my wife right now, a chick who I always wanted to be with since a kid. She fine, a woman of God, and I always told myself, if I ever get the opportunity to get this girl, I'm gonna get her. So with me being in a tough place, with God presenting a righteous woman that I was undeserving and all that, I said, Lord, okay, I see what you're doing. I'm gonna rock with you, and I knew the only way for me to be good was through him, because I knew, like, Lord, I don't know how to be faithful. I don't know how to be a husband. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't motto to me. So all those combination of things, bro, and that's why I just got saved. And through me and her, I got to give her a lot of credit. She knew the word, so she would be helping reveal things to me along with my own revelations and going through stuff. But, you know, I had to get it from myself, of course, too, though. So,
absolutely.
So I started getting it, and then I got her. We did the long distance thing, bro, and flew her down here. So my testimony is longer than we could sit in here and, you know, go over. I don't want to run up the whole time. But God was good to me, bro, and I just said, you know what, Lord, okay, I'm all in. I gave up the little side hustle, all that, and that was even hard to do, because when you're doing something, you know, for half of your life, you addicted more than the fiend is. You know, it's the fast. Anybody that know fast money, that's an addiction. So even for God to help me get over that was like, okay, Lord, and you know, and the enemy would still try to come in, and I would dream and have thoughts, but I said, Lord, I'm good. At the time making $17 an hour. I'm from the streets, making this kind of money and able to take care of my family. I don't gotta have all the money in the world, Lord. As long as I can take care, raise my son and my daughter, and give me, you know, I'm good.
That's that mindset.
Real talk. Praise God.
The Lord work. I mean, like, Lord, when he say the Lord knows your heart, he does, and the Lord knew your heart. You know what I mean? And let alone redefining what love is, because it's a misunderstanding with that. And then even the choices that you made of what was going to motivate you to get closer to God. Amen. Absolutely. Choosing that. Choosing that way.
And it's a lot of these, you know, the worldly people, as we learn, and not to say it like that, but people use love so cliche. And my wife, at the time, she was my girl, like that. People don't even know what love is. And the more we study and learn what love don't hurt, you know. But, you know, the world remix things and say, love hurts.
You
know what I'm saying? So the enemy he remix everything.
Yeah, he does.
So, you know, me gaining more knowledge and watching the videos and studying pastors and listening, I started getting my wisdom up, man. So,
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
All right, man. It Don't Dream It's Over, man. Hey, man, introduce that song, man, so we can get into this break, man, about this Don't Dream It's Over.
Yeah, so really, I'm just coming on here. This was a song dedicated to my partners who rest in peace, Lil Red, Lil Marcus Bird, Trishan, and Lil Foe. So again, the hook, when they sang that, I always liked that song. If y'all know that song back in the 80s, I forget the name of the group. But I was just going in on a song, just coming in, just going in, bro, just pouring my heart out. Okay. And just, that was just a song, you know, strictly dedicated to my homies who rest in peace, and just saying, don't dream it's over. You know, I'm here, I'm going to hold it down. And now I did that song, before I got saved, I did it in one way, but then I flipped it, came back and did it, the saved version. Okay. And it's still popping, version. You know what I'm saying? Sauce tripping, don't dream it's over.
Hey. Sauce on
Holy Ghost sauce on Yes, sir.
Holy Ghost sauce.
All right, man. So let's get into this Don't Dream It's Over, man, by your boy Joe Nephew.
Let's get it. Sauce dripping.
My son, before he walk into school, developing faith, planting seeds for harvest. I ain't crying over spilt milk, the God I serve. I got over the artist, fell in love with the word. A lot of people said do it, you inspire the weak. Ain't no offense, I keep it meek, my kingdom on fleek. They so to speak, I'm in Yahweh, encouraging peace. I'm sober in the booth, it's all new and proof. Do I keep it? Should I erase graduation number. Now you 6 feet under, result of the wicked. Sorry for beating you in. The blind leading the blind. A vicious cycle, back then I didn't, but now I get it. Got me missing my friends. We in that Pontiac, but pushing it like it's a Benz. I watch y'all grow from boys and men. Forever I'm grateful, your friendship meant well. Appreciate your brotherhood and wish my soldiers would. I pray with my knees, know your Judas from Peters. Insecurity sticking, all she need is some love. Inherit my assignment before I punch this clock. But my job ain't the source, I'm so gone on the plug. Couldn't put a price on peace, should you pray on your purpose? Every man ain't a king, only works when you work it. All that church and Sunday talk, you so Christian in public, but he omnipresent. And boy, you need to cut in like you a perfect gem or a flawless stone. Be with Queso and them, I'm still putting the city on. They said not too religious, I said I'ma do me. It's the best I can be as long as I reach 1G. Discernment and dominion ain't about my opinion. The truth will set you free, and truth is we winning. Got Satan on my trail, got joy in my soul. It's power in the tongue, I'm breaking every stronghold. Got Satan on my trail, got joy in my soul. It's power in the tongue, I'm breaking every stronghold. Hey, hey. My son, before he walk into school.
Dream is over, man, by the big homie, man, Joe Nephew, man, dedicated to the streets out here ministering, real disciple of the ministry, man. You know, we had to get his point of view of it, man, because a lot of people got it twisted. But the homie came to straighten it out, man, for the streets, man. You know, we want to shout out, man. We got Toby, man, of course, man. We got Kim Soul Sister, man, Ashley Patrick, Deidre Baker, the homie Clifford, always in the building, man. We appreciate y'all support, man. Y'all always chiming in. Y'all always being here right with us. When we send them invites, man, y'all there, man. Y'all might be sitting in the lobby, man. Y'all ready, man. We appreciate it, man. They like you out here, Joe.
Hey, I appreciate the love. Y'all appreciate y'all checking out the video. Good looking, you know, stay in tune. Y'all can check me out, at me on Joe's Nephew on Instagram.
Yes, sir.
You know, a lot of inspirational artists out there I follow. Erica Campbell, her husband Warren Campbell. You know, Kiara Shear. I love her. Yeah. So it's too many artists. You know, again out there. Miss Pastors, I'm following TD Jakes, Dr. R.A. Vernon. Joel Osteen. I got books I be reading by Joyce Meyer. You know, so I appreciate y'all. Appreciate the love having me on the show. The Royalty Boys. Y'all make sure y'all tune in. And follow these boys every Monday at this show. And again, I'm glad to be here, bro. Sauce dripping.
Well, we appreciate that, man. For real, straight up, man. This man ain't in here looking like Malcolm X for no reason. He got some knowledge. He got some knowledge now.
That's knowledge.
That man over here reading.
Reading is fundamental.
Knowledge, man.
Hey, pick up a book. I be telling my partners back home, start reading, man. You know, when I was young, they told us to read, but it go in one ear and out the other. But now, you know, even when I listen to Miles Monroe, you know, he said he was reading like 4 books a month.
Killing
it. So if you could just try to read 1 book a month, you know, just educate yourself. Oh, I want to say this right here, that one of the good verses I heard. People work harder on their jobs than they do themselves.
Believe it.
You know what I'm saying? What are you investing in yourself?
Yeah.
Self-investment, man. Let's get it.
You stepping on some toes, man. We need, hey, man, by the way, man, we might have to invest into a little shoe cam, man. Invest in a little shoe cam.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to step on
nobody's toes. You can't even see the shoes, man. But he clean in here, man. You know what I mean? Clean. Hey, he's super clean, man. You know, I got a little consultant on his clothes or something, I think. But yeah, man, you know, we always like for y'all to chime in, man. We having a great time, man. You know, we need some callers too, man. Don't forget to call in, man, and talk to Joe Nephew, man. It's 770-988-6461, man. Y'all can call in, chime in, talk to the brother, man. And he is married. He's married.
Right. That's true. Facts. Lovely wife.
So, Joe. So, any upcoming events you got coming up, man?
What we got? So the video just dropped. Right now, calendar kind of. I don't got nothing as of like right now, honestly, that I could think of.
Okay.
You know, other than again, we're gonna drop the video and push that. And then I'm gonna get back in the studio. You know, I'm gonna get back in the studio and get to working on my next project. Again, y'all check that Sauce Dripping out. The video just dropped. I need those streams. You know, thank you for the support in advance. And I just look for more projects. I'm just allowing God to use me. You know, I was telling my boy, this may sound dumb. It ain't about the money. I'm straight. You know, I'm doing God's work and just, you know, of course, if he bless us with those finances, that's all good. Yeah. But this is more so. Great. Yeah, we're going to receive that in the name of Jesus. Yeah.
We got the bank account for it.
This is just to give back, man. I want to save a little boy life that's out there in the streets watching this and be like, okay, Mom, I want to go to church Sunday and start trying to learn something, you know, or just build an intimate relationship with God. So that's what I'm passionate about, just helping. Again, I was a young lost boy and I turned to the street, so I know exactly what it's like. And that's what I'm passionate about, man, just allowing God to use me and use this platform to do God's work.
That's what's up.
Awesome. So, I mean, we're going to leave out of here in a few minutes. I'm going to get something in real quick before we go. We're going to leave out to that Sauce Dripping real soon.
Dripping, yes, sir.
But I want them to know where to follow you at, man. So go ahead and give that social media one good time and then tell them where they can find that video. Okay.
Yeah. So y'all go to YouTube and put in Joe's Nephew featuring T Royal, Sauce Dripping, produced by my boy Lucky Green Digital. Go to Instagram and put in Joe's Nephew, JoesNephew, and follow your boy.
I'm glad you spelled that because somebody was asking earlier how do you pronounce your name? They was thinking Job.
Oh yeah,
it's
Joe's Nephew. Yeah.
Joe's.
Yeah, but subscribe to my YouTube channel, please. I appreciate all the love and support. Again, we just doing God's work, y'all. Let's get it.
So, before we get out of here, man, when you find yourself in the trenches and it's just all hell breaking loose and it's calling for you to go to the rock or go to that grounding that you need, as far as a source of scripture that go to, or I don't know, maybe a theme for yourself, what would be that verse?
Really, I don't have one like off the back I could think of. I'm just, you know, should I get convicted, you know? So, and again, we're not perfect, you know. Right. So sometimes I'm a morning guy, and I say that to say in the morning sometime, you know, if I did something the day before and it kind of was weighing on me and I knew I was wrong, the next day I really get in prayer and just, you know, I start off fresh, new day, you know, ask God to forgive me. And so my favorite scripture is, I would say, John chapter 3, verse 20, I think, when it's just saying, if my heart condemn me, God is greater than our heart and knoweth all things.
That's a scripture.
You know, and the reason I say that is because, you know, a lot of people try to condemn you and make you feel as if, you know, and before I got saved, I realized that when I got saved, like, okay, my family battled with that a lot. People try to make you feel bad or some way, but when you know that you know that you know, right. You know what I'm saying? Your yay is your yay, your nay is your nay.
Come on.
You know, you know,
Speak
so
on.
it's not to be condemned. So it's like somebody to see me giving my life doing this in church, and then the next day to see me in a club or something and say, well, why, you know, people who don't have no knowledge, well, how you doing this if you this and that?
Yeah.
I won't be condemned, you know what I'm saying? I need to be in these places to reach certain people and so they can see that this is what it is. So that's my that's what sticks out to me the most, just not being condemned. And also at the time when I got saved, I was going through it again with the son mom and a lot of little things that was being twisted, trying to make, you know, the manipulation spirit that you deal with. And when you have kids involved and your heart weighing heavy, and you're like, dang, my heart is hurting on it. But like he say, if your heart condemn, God is greater than our heart and knoweth all things.
That's right.
You said two key words as we close out: condemnation and conviction.
Yes, sir.
Two different things. God convicts our heart.
Yeah.
He doesn't condemn.
Right.
But amen to that. We're gonna get ready to get out of here. It's been an awesome show.
Appreciate y'all.
Hey,
Appreciate y'all.
I'm pretty sure the listeners' ears were filled, minds were filled. Spirit is in this place, man,
Yes,
and it's
sir.
just
Amen.
not only here, but it needs to get out.
Yes.
And that he's definitely doing. So y'all tune in. Joe's Nephew, social media, go get that album. Sauce Dripping on the Book of Isaac, actually.
On the way.
It's the album that's on the way.
Yeah.
Sauce Dripping is out. support the brother, man.
Appreciate y'all,
We
man.
need support. So we
Appreciate
appreciate y'all for tuning in, watching. We appreciate you for being on the show.
Yes,
once
sir. I
again.
appreciate all y'all, man, for having me. Definitely. I love it.
Keep the gift stirred, man, and keep serving.
Yes, sir. Amen.
Absolutely, man. We're gonna take y'all out on this Joe's nephew, man. Sauce dripping. We're gonna bring that sauce dripping back, man. That thing was on deck, man. Got a little Cali feel to it.
Yeah.
But the man say he from Omaha, right?
Yes, sir. And shout
All right,
out my
man.
boy Terrence Crawford, man. Just won that fight Saturday.
Okay.
But
Yeah, man. But y'all tune in, man. Monday night, 7 to 8 p.m., man. The Aspiring Artist Showcase, man, right here on 108 Praise Radio, man. Y'all know we gonna do it for the king. That sauce dripping, man. We're gonna take y'all out with that sauce dripping, man. Joe's nephew.
For real. But what had happened is, once I got in the streets, I had to become a beast. You know what I'm saying? And it was all about the hustle then. But sometimes I found myself just loving a strong arm and show a little muscle. And once I found the clock was ticking, I knew the Glock was sticking.
Make up your mind. The world is now feeling the heat from the flames that has kept burning since the beginning of civilization. You represent that flame. You and I are just a small part of God's plan.
Let it drip like. Let it drip like. Dirty. Let it drip like. Woke up feeling very good. Everything cherry wood. I ain't supposed to be here. They don't understand me. Hood God good. God is dope. God is love all above. Feeling like the old yeah. She just walking in the club. Asking God to fill me up. Dripping out the cup. He brought me out the mud. Now I'm all the way. All this winning got me feeling like I'm Terrence Crawford. Even praying for my haters so we unbothered. Mustard seed grain, stepping on my A game. I'm a king, Belichick, championship rings. I used to dream, had it all planned out for me. But he had something different for me, brand new inventory. Playing harvest. Crying over spilled milk, the God I serve. I got over the artist, fell in love with the word. A lot of people said do it, you inspired the weak. Ain't no offense, I keep it meek, my kingdom on fleek.